Our humble salutations to the Divine Almighty. We seek His grace and blessings. Our revered salutations to the entire Guru Parampara, and we invoke their blessings. Om Tat Sat. So, today we are on the Divine Discourse 21 on the 29th of April 2020, Wednesday. The Hindu calendar goes as follows: Sharvari Nama Samvatsara, Uttarayan, Vasanta Rutu, Vaishakha Mas, Shukla Paksh, Shashti. Shashti means now the sixth day, and we are moving towards the Purnima. So we have seen that in the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga, which is the yoga of knowledge, here in the first 10 verses, Arjuna and Sri Krishna have been discussing, where Arjuna is tremendously into a devastated state, filled with cowardness, loss of courage, not knowing what to do. In such a state, which we also do experience these kind of states now and then. It could be at different degrees. It may not be acute all the time. Sometimes it's mild, sometimes it's mediocre, sometimes it's worse. So here primarily Lord Krishna is trying to help us as mankind. Listen, this Bhagavad Gita at the end of Dwapara Yuga is giving this knowledge under the pretext of Arjuna to the entire mankind, which is now coming to one of the worst periods of all the 4 yugas, that is the Kali Yuga, called as the Iron Age. So now we have to understand from our own perspectives. You relate yourself to Arjuna there. What happened to him? The same thing happens to us as well. Not that we are anywhere different. It is just that the situation is different. But we all have the same mind. A mind confused will never give you the right output. A mind which is angry will also not give you the right output. So one has to understand how does the mind work, how does the body work, how does the intellect work, and what are the right kinds of habits one needs to cultivate in life, attitudes we need to adopt in life. All this is very beautifully explained in the entire 18 chapters, one after the other. So we have to make a note of the important pointers which God is telling us. And here He not only is telling us how to live a life with peace, happiness, and also prosperity. Like now what He's telling us in Karma Yoga. So this way, you all have to have that approach that yes, I'm going to take this and I'm going to follow this. Then you will have really had the benefit of uh, devoted this much time. So first 10 shlokas, they have been talking about the state of Arjuna. Then Lord Krishna, he starts the Sankhya Yoga, straight the knowledge of the highest knowledge. Up to the verse 38, he went on, he started with a bang. His first verse itself was saying that he spoke about the Paramatma, the Supreme Atman. And then thereafter, from 39 to 53, he changes his course. He says, I understand, Arjuna. Now, if I give you that highest knowledge of the Atman, Paramatman, and reality and things like that, it is difficult to understand because you have a mind which may not be that clean or strong to understand this knowledge. So there he suggests, I would suggest a way out where the maximum part of your action during a day is your karma. You're doing various acts. You're getting up, you're getting ready, you're cooking breakfast, making breakfast, then you take your kids to the school, somebody goes to the office, then after the kids are dropped, even a lady can go to the office, then you have so much of interaction over there, you're working towards your goals, then again you have to make arrangements for lunch, then picking up of children, taking care of the elders at home, and then again dinner. See, this is a huge activity you're doing, isn't it? Now in this kind of an activity, how do I gain punya by the same activities? How do I gain punya? And how do I cleanse my mind? Do I have to do something different? So Lord Krishna says, no, you don't have to do anything. So till the verse 53, he talks about Buddhi Yoga. Here he does not say it is Karma Yoga. He says it is Buddhi Yoga, meaning a karma done intelligently becomes wise. Wise man's performance. Of course, the next chapter is entirely about Karma Yoga. But here he calls how to divinize your action, whereby you divinize your life. So in the verse 49, he says, I pity those people who do not know how to do karma. Kripana, he says. They are like beggars. They are like misers. And then in the verse 50, he says, a person who does his action with that knowledge in place, where karma yoga sukaushalam. He is doing it with dexterity. That converts his entire action into a divine act and gives him punya. And against that punya, I give him chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi is, I cleanse his mind. And by that cleansing of mind, I elevate him to a stage where he can clearly understand this supreme knowledge. Like now, let's say you are on the streets and you want to have a view of the entire city. You're moving around in the streets. How will you get a view of the city by moving around in the streets? You will get only fragment by fragment, and you do not get an overall picture. For that, if you go to a skyscraper and you go up and you look down, you get a panoramic view of the entire city. So he says, I'm lifting your mind by teaching you the art of divinizing your action. And He has primarily told us, Arjuna, dedicate your action as love unto me. And do not focus on what you're going to get while you're doing the work. You leave that to me. Now, divinizing activity means what? Now, let's say every action I'm going to now explain to you all. Let's say you're taking a shower. Instead of the feeling that you are taking a shower, because primarily what we have to do, we have to get out to that notion of kartrutva, bhoktrutva, that I am doing this, I am enjoying this, or I am suffering this, and I am challenging this, I am giving this, I am taking this. That I has to go away from our life. That is the only thing which is between us and God. As I told you, God plus ego equals man. Man minus ego equals God. So what is there in between now? Our egocentric mind is coming in between God. So our job is to remove that. So if you have to remove that I, so divinize every activity. Coming back to the example, you are taking a shower. Don't say I am taking a shower. You say, now in me is that consciousness, that Paramatma. And I am cleansing the temple of the Paramatma. Then as you come out, you're dressing up. So I'm doing alankar to the temple of the Lord, not to me. You're eating, say this is the Naivedya to the Paramatma inside me. You're walking, say I'm doing pradakshina. In a temple you do pradakshina, right? You go around the temple. I'm doing pradakshina. You're talking to somebody, say I'm chanting a mantra. The syllables are nothing but the word syllables are all a mantra. If you are sleeping, sleep with your chest to the bed, and it is a dandavat pranam to the Lord. Oh Lord, I am doing a dandavat pranam, sashtanga pranam to you. Likewise, in every activity, you're cleansing your house, you're cleaning your house. Don't have that feeling that arey, what is this? My mates didn't come, I have to do this job and this and that. No grumbling. This is a house given by the Lord to us to take care of us and my family, to live in here. I am cleansing what is given by the Lord. You're taking care of children. Children are given as a gift from the Lord. Your spouse is a gift from the Lord. I'm taking care. Everywhere if you divinize, then what happens? You see how pure you start getting in your mind. There's one Swamiji by Sarvapriyananda Swamiji. He's in Ramakrishna Math. He was telling once, he was on a transit flight and he had to take his next flight in Lucknow. Now there, for some curfew or something was going on, so there were no passengers moving from Lucknow. It was a late night flight, somewhere at about 10:30 he landed into Lucknow. And he said, I checked in, I went to the security, hardly anybody there, 3 or 4 passengers, that's all. And you have these security guards, male and female, and then the police over there and the other assistants, the airport people. Now they all said, Swamiji, there's nobody here and we also don't have work. Why don't you give us a talk? The song is saying 10:30 in the night, and these people, I've been doing that for the whole day, and these people are not ready to leave me. Okay, fair enough. So normally where they do the frisking, so that's a small kind of a dice, it's at an elevated platform. So he says, Swamiji, please come over here so we can see you well. And 8, 10 of them, all the security and the other airport staff, they uh, come and stand next to him. And they say, please tell us something. Now here, Swamiji, what he tells them is very interesting. He asked the person who frisked him, Puja Gija karte? Do you worship? Yes, yes, of course. रोज हम सुबह हनुमान जी को फूल चढ़ाते हैं, धूप लगाते हैं, एंड हम काम पे निकल के आते हैं. ओके, सो देन ही सेज, आप एक काम कीजिए, एज यू फ्रिस्क द पैसेंजर्स ओवर हियर, जैसे आपका पूरा फ्रिस्किंग हो जाता है, आप, ही सेज, यू जस्ट मेंटली offer a flower at the feet of your Hanuman. The Hanumanji photo, what you have in your house, you just offer a flower mentally. So this security guard was very happy. इसका मतलब दिन भर हनुमान जी का पूजा. Yes. As you frisk a person, mentally offer a flower at Hanumanji's photo. That's all. This is Buddhi Yoga. Divinizing your activity in your daily activities. We don't have to do anything great. We don't have to buy some samagri, or we don't have to conduct a havan, home, call purohit. Nothing. As simple as that. Anything you do, you say, I am offering it at the lotus feet of the Lord. Have a smile on your face and keep doing this. So then, now we move to the verse 51. Please repeat after me. कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यन्नामयम्. The Lord says over here, Arjuna, those souls, wise souls, who have that equipoised mind. Now here he refers, what is equipoised mind? Whatever, be it pain or pleasure or victory or loss, whatever it is, don't look at that. That is going to be there. It's a part of your life. As you have day and night, as you have different seasons in a year, you will have all this. This is going to be there. Don't look at that. Accept whatever comes with that equipoised mind. He says, Arjuna, these are the people who will be released from the shackles of birth. He didn't say death. He says from the shackles of birth and attain that supreme state. This is again a word of assurance. The Lord tells over here, you don't have to do anything great. I'm not asking you to do any massive thing at all. Do everything with dedication. Keep that egocentric idea that I am doing this. That is the only thing which has brought you to this bondage. And I'm telling you what to untie. Untie that knot and reach me. See, in simple words he has explained. Again and again he reassures. What is important is we have to imbibe them, catch those pointers, and see how we can inculcate them in our lives. That is important. Okay. The next verse, 52. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Arjuna, when you start purifying your mind on these lines, and as you can clearly see that the wrong understanding, the wrong notions, the wrong thinking which are developed in your mind, they will slowly go away. And you will not be keen on the paltry enjoyments of this world. They look very paltry to you. Neither of this world nor of the world. You might have heard from somebody that in heaven this is there, that is there. No, no, no. That will also not give you any kind of a kick. See, as children, we all know, for those small toys, how much did we fight with our siblings, our friends, our other family members? After a while, what happened? You will not even look at them. Why? Because you have grown up. In the same way, when you grow up spiritually, these things, they come at a price. Any sensual enjoyment comes at a price. If you eat more, it has an impact on all your entire body. Even if you have a healthy body, at best you will have to burn out those calories. For that, you will have to work out a little more than normal to be at the same level. If you are not that healthy, then somewhere your counts start going haywire. For that, again, there is, after a while, if you continue doing the same thing, then it crosses a limit, and then you will have to undergo consultation, medication. And every medication again has side effects. And there you are in the cycle again of visiting one doctor to another, and doing the same thing. You will never be able to come out of it. You may come out of it for some time, but again you are back with some other problem. So that way, these enjoyments naturally will not make any great sense for you. You will say, I have had enough. It happens, no? You go for a party or to someone's house, and they serve you. Initially you enjoy the first serving, the second serving, then third serving. You'll say, no, sorry, please. Then they'll say, please have a little. Then with that force you take some little, but after that, if they come again, what you'll do, you'll fold your hands to them, or you'll cover your plate. Bas ho gaya. This happens even at the physical level. So same way, he says, when your mind becomes that pure, you will not have any difficulty in rejecting all this. This will become like that toys which you had enjoyed when you were children. Now if you give you those toys, will you really relish them? Not a bit. we go to the next verse. Now this is the 53rd verse, and from here then Arjuna asks another question, and here onwards now his question would be, now you have spoken so much about the mind and senses and equipoise, you're talking about all this, so his next question will be on that. We'll come to that. Okay. Now the 53rd verse. Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhihi tada yogama vapsyasi. Arjuna, you will gradually start growing spiritually. Your intellect will become not only strong, but it will become pure. Whatever be the confusion you could hear in the society around you, they are not going to confuse you anymore. You will have a steady mind, completely focused on me, and just like a dog which is wet, what it does, it's completely wet now, there's so much water on the body, it comes out and it shakes its body thoroughly, it shakes to get that water out of its body. So in the same way, you will shake your entire soul to an extent that none of these vasanas, none of these wrong understandings, they stick to you anymore. You will have so much of clarity because of your chitta shuddhi. Chitta, mind, shuddhi, cleansing. And that manishinaha means wise. Buddhi yoga is all about manishinaha. Because of that wise decision you have taken, you will surpass all these shackles, and with an undistracted or pointedness of your mind on me, you will attain this yoga. Yoga, yuj is the root word of yoga. Yuj means to join, to be together. So you will be together, you will join me in permanent union with me. You will become one with me. So see the love of God. Very rarely people want to even listen to this. And out of them, very rarely people want to practice it. And out of them, very few, very rare again, they're able to continue. They don't discontinue. And eventually they succeed. You will have a lot of distractions on the way. So you have to make a firm resolve. I tell you, rather than you making a firm resolve, don't do any resolution. Just surrender. That's all. God, I don't have the strength. You have to take care. That's all. I only have love towards you. Other than that, nothing else. I know only love and surrender. That's at least I have found it as the best route to move forward. The moment you bring in your mind, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, then again you're stuck. The mind overpowers. Because we have trained the mind to be so strong. Lives and lives and lives after. So let's not take the help of mind anywhere. Just take the mind, take the help of your surrender and your love, which are none other than the qualities of God only. Now here, Arjuna, he says, you have spoken so much, I have a question. 54. This is one of the best questions, they say. The quality or the temperament of the student is understood by the questions they ask, they say. No? So, very intelligent question. He says, Sthita pragnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadhi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. It appears very simple, but it's a deep question. He says, "O Krishna, you are talking of a person who has a stable mind, who is established in samadhi, who is God realized. You're talking of all this. How does that man of such stability, three things he asks. How does he speak? How does he sit? And how does he walk?" So it's nothing to do about speaking, sitting and walking over here. It's about his qualities. So Sri Krishna from here onwards, he goes up to the end, 54 to 72, the end of this chapter. He only and only talks about the qualities of a person of such nature. Of what all he said, you should be this way, you should be this way. He says, now I will tell you what are his qualities. Siddhasya lakshanani sadhakasya sadhanani. It means siddha. A siddha is one who has attained. His qualities, they become the pointers for a sadhak. Meaning, you can draw a lot of habits from him, how he does. Right from, it could be from his waking up, how he converses, how he behaves, how he eats, all this, all his habits, meaning how does he conduct himself. Like as simple as, does he respond or does he reply, as we say, no? So these are like, you have to learn the qualities of a siddha, an attained person, and that is enough for you. You don't have to go for any other teaching. As a child would learn from primarily the mother, and then gradually the father. They are ideals for them. They look at them and they start learning, consciously, unconsciously. So in the same way, we have to turn our mind into a child's mind and look at an attained person and start imbibing their qualities in us. So at this point, what I would do for your convenience is, we will straight not get into the qualities right now. I want that to be more of a cakewalk for you all. So there is one sadhana chatushtaya, which means what are the qualifications. This is prescribed by the Shastras again, which is a more calibrated study. So sadhana chatushtaya, mean, for sadhana, there are fourfold qualifications which are required. So we will take up that particular chapter, and I'll explain what are the qualifications required. Like now we all have chosen that yes, we want to imbibe spirituality in our life. We want to make our lives peaceful, less agitated. We want to make it prosperous, and we also want to be healthy, and life should be fulfilling. And more importantly, we have to go to higher worlds. In the sense, the highest is moksha. So compare this to like you're signing up for a trekking program. Now when you want to go for trekking, there are some preconditions, qualifications for the trek, isn't it? You need to have a decent amount of health, stamina, and then the age should be also appropriate, and other medical conditions should also be up to a point. So likewise, here for a sadhak, what all are required. So there what happens, we'll understand now what we have and what we don't have at the first level. Second level, we have, but not to the extent they have prescribed. So then I move up the ladder over there. And this prepares you better, so that you can comfortably do your trek and also enjoy your trek. It should not be a pain for you. It should be a source of enjoyment. That is what you're going for. So we'll take this up tomorrow. Okay, shall we meditate now? I request all of you to be seated comfortably. Wherever you all are, on the chair, on the floor, on a sofa, ensure that your back is not resting on anything. That is one thing you'll have to take note. Keep your spine completely erect. You're activating your chakras here. Your head, neck and spine in a straight line, not stern and stiff, but straight in a relaxed manner. Your shoulders relaxed. Your face completely relaxed. Especially your forehead. Slowly enlarge your forehead. If you feel that there is some pain in some part of the body, please move your body a bit, adjust your body and relax that portion of your body. Take a few deep breaths, as deep as you can. Feel the energy in your entire body. You are a calm and relaxed person now. with full of positivity and energy. You're able to experience vibes of energy in and around you. Now, let's do the Panchakosha Viveka. A meditation where we remove each and every layer which is impermanent to the Supreme Power and Chaitanya Shakti in you. And the operating principle is whatever you can see is an object to you, and you are not that object. Now let's start with our body. You're completely relaxed. Slowly clench your fist a bit. Release your fist. You could clearly understand and see that this is the body. So what you can see is not you. Label it. The body. Let's go a little deeper. Dive deeper. Feel your breath. The prana. The life forces within you. Am I the prana? Can I see the prana? Yes, I can subtly feel the prana moving in and out of my nostrils. So I'm not the pranamaya kosha too. Now let's dive deeper. Then am I the mind? No way. I can see my mind very clearly. It changes so quickly. It keeps spinning thoughts beyond my control. I can see my mind, label it the mind. I'm not the mind too. Let's go deeper. Then, am I that intellect which governs my mind? I can see this intellect too. If I ask you, how much is 10 plus 10? Where are you seeing this reply? It is not coming in your ears, nor it is coming in your body. It is clearly coming in your mind, the intellect. Very clearly, 10 plus 10 equals 20. I can see this too. Oh, I'm not the intellect too then. Then what am I? Let's dive deeper. In a complete relaxed state, you dive deep inside. There you experience a state of blankness. A state of bliss. Filled with ignorance of no thoughts. There is a complete abandonment of thoughts. A feeling of the deep sleep state, what we experience every day when we go to sleep. But are you able to see this? Yes, because after a while it is not there. I can make out when it was there and when it is not there. Then who is the one who is able to make out? That one who is none other than the subject. All these are objects to that subject. Who is present all the time. And in light of this subject, the pure consciousness, which is your true self. All the 5 sheets shine and operate. Can I feel that consciousness? Yes, why not? Can you show me? Okay. Do as follows. Now slightly raise your hands about 6 inches from wherever they are and place them in midair. Hold them there and feel the presence of energy in your hands. That Chetana Shakti in your hands. That awareness in your hands. That is pure consciousness, which is encompassing the entire universe. And that is the supreme truth. Now slowly bring your hands down and place them comfortably. Now that you've got an inkling of the feeling of awareness within yourself, you knew about it, but you didn't know what it was exactly. This is that Tattvamasi. Revisit this consciousness every now and then during your daily course of life. The more you start feeling this consciousness within you, the mind starts getting weaker and weaker. As the mind starts getting weaker and weaker, agitations, distress, anxiety, sadness, anger, jealousy, all these will start releasing from your mind. Just feel the energy of consciousness now that you know how to do it. Whenever you can, wherever you want. This is that energy which is right here inside you, which is the source of the entire creation. You have brought in your body and mind in between this supreme power and limited yourself. Break the limitation and become one with that eternal, infinite, supreme consciousness. Now, if you wish, you can raise your hands once again and feel the energy and consciousness for a while. Slowly bring down your hands to rest. Now slowly rub your palms. Place them on our eyes. And gradually open your eyes, gently and lovingly. This is one of the deepest forms of meditation, to experience your true self and the Divine Almighty. As you progress on this practice, you could see sometimes bursts of joy, anxiety, fear, and other negative tendencies coming out. Do not get disturbed. That's a very common sign. You're throwing out everything. Now, when the purification is happening inside, all the filth comes out. Okay, I'll switch on the Q&A. If anybody has something to say or ask a question, please do so. Or you can type it as well. I hope you all are liking the experience of this meditation, since we have been like almost doing for 20 minutes now. Okay, shall we end the session? पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम तत्सत्। श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। O God, my Almighty, our sincere thanks for all your love and affection showered on us. We have no words to thank you for having granted us this rare privilege and opportunity. We only beseech in you that you give us that steadfastness to be firm in abidance and continue to move on the path taught by you to us. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara for having made this available to us. We seek your blessings. Om Tat Sat. Thank you everybody for being a part of this wonderful journey. We look forward to see you all tomorrow. Hari Om.